வழி செல்லும் அற்புதமாம் இது நம்பிக்கை வாழ்வின் திறவுகோலாக விளங்கிடும் நல்ல மேடையதாம். என்னிலிருந்து எழுந்திடும் மாற்றம் தரணியை மாற்றும் விதத்தில் கருத்தினில் ஒற்றுமை யாவரும் உண்டு காலத்தை போற்றிடும் நிஜத்தில் கடல் கடந்து நாடுகள் தாண்டி தடம் பதித்திடும் இங்கே எதிரில் தோன்றும் தடைகள் உடைய எமக்கு வழியை காட்டிடுமாம். இணையத்தின் வழியே இணைந்திங்கே கல்வி புரட்சி புரிந்திடுவோம். ஒற்றுமை அன்பு ஓங்கிடவே கற்றவர் சூழ பலம் வருமாம். நீதி நெறியை உணர்த்திடுவோம் குருத்துவம் களைய விருந்தளிப்போம். ஞான மதனை நிமித்திடுவோம் காலம் நமக்கு கை கொடுக்கும். குருஷேத்திரமே 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 வணக்கம். குருஷேத்திரமே 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 வணக்கம்.
First, we thank the court to grace us this great occasion. Our respected founder and president of JNCoE National College of Education, Mr. Subramaniam Paramanandam sir. Today's keynote speaker, Dr. JNCoE sir. JNCoE National College of Education retired lecturer, Mr. Jnanamani Ratnasingham sir. JNCoE National College of Education senior lecturer, Mr. Ambiyabagan sir. JNCoE National College of Education senior lecturer, Mr. Thurai Ilangumaran. Our prospective teachers, our audience, good evening all of you. Today we are gathering here for the Kurukshetram social changes from myself knowledge sharing session 69. One of the legend, the well-known person, Mr. JNCoE sir, joined with us to share his knowledge with us. Our first program is welcome speech. I cordially invite Mr. Jnanamani Ratnasingham sir to deliver the welcome address. Welcome, sir.
Okay. First, I pray God Vittaka Vinayakan. Today, our 69 knowledge sharing series of Kurukshetram, and we are proud to be able to host it today at this wonderful website program. Respectable Mr. Subramaniam Paramanandam, founder of Kurukshetram, President JNCoE National College of Education, Desamaniya Dr. JNCoE, life coach, corporate trainer, business of skill development consultant, lecturer, chairman of Be the Best Foundation. Today's host, Mr. Mahalingam Neeresh Kumar, senior lecturer, JNCoE National College of Education, and one of the senior member of Kurukshetram Foundation. Mr. Thurai Ilangumaran, senior lecturer, JNCoE National College of Education. Miss C.T. Doreen, prospective teacher, JNCoE National College of Education. And all of you who are generously participated here, make this event come together to become a success. Evening, everybody. We welcome to Mr. Subramaniam Paramanandam, President. Then we are very pleased to be able to welcome to our keynote speaker, Desamaniya Dr. JNCoE, and Mr. Mahalingam Neeresh Kumar, the host, Mr. Thurai Ilangumaran, introducer of keynote speaker, Miss C.T. Doreen, and Mr. Nagaraja Ambikabahan, senior member of Kurukshetram, lecturer, and active participant joining through the Zoom website to make this program success, you all are welcome. Thank you very much for listening, and let me welcome. Thank you again.
Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful welcome speech. Our next event is Chairperson Address. I cordially invite Mr. Subramaniam Paramanandam, sir, founder of Kurukshetram and president of Jaffna National College of Education, to deliver the speech.
எல்லாம் வல்ல இறைவனை மனதில் இருத்திக் கொண்டு இன்றைய இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியிலே கலந்து கொண்டிருக்கின்ற நிகழ்ச்சி தொகுப்பாளர்களே, இன்றைய நிகழ்ச்சியிலே கருத்துரையாற்ற வந்திருக்கின்ற தலைமைத்துவம் தொடர்பான கருத்துரையாற்ற வந்திருக்கின்ற தேசமானிய கலாநிதி ஜீவேந்திர பெரேரா அவர்களே, மற்றும் இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியிலே கலந்து கொண்டிருக்கக்கூடிய கல்வியலாளர்களே, உபபீடாதிபதிகளே, முன்னாள் உபபீடாதிபதிகளே, ஏனைய கல்லூரிகளிலிருந்து கலந்து கொண்டிருக்கக்கூடிய விரிவுரையாளர்களே, எல்லாவற்றுக்கும் மேலாக குருஷேத்திரம் குழுமத்தினுடைய உறுப்பினர்களே, அன்புக்கும் மதிப்புக்குரிய மாணவ ஆசிரியர்களே, உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் நேர வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்ளுகின்றேன். மிக முக்கியமான ஒரு தலைப்பு, முக்கியமான விடயம். ஒரு நிறுவனமாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, அல்லது குடும்பமாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, அல்லது நாடாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, ஒரு தலைமைத்துவத்தினுடைய செல்வாக்கு பல்வேறு வகையிலே செல்வாக்கு செலுத்துகிறது. அந்த வகையிலே இந்த எங்களுடைய மாணவ ஆசிரியர்கள் எதிர்காலத்தில் தலைவர்களாக வரும் அதேவேளை தலைவர்களை உருவாக்குகின்ற அந்த நற்பணியிலே ஈடுபட்டிருக்கின்றார்கள். அந்த வகையிலே இந்த நிகழ்ச்சி சிறப்பாக அமைய வேண்டும் என்று கேட்டுக்கொண்டு, இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை இணைப்பாக்கம் செய்த திரு துரை இளங்குமரன் அவர்களுக்கும் இந்த சந்தர்ப்பத்திலே நன்றியையும் வாழ்த்துக்களையும் தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டு, சில வார்த்தைகள் நான் ஆங்கிலத்தில் பேச வேண்டும். ஆகவே அதை ஆங்கிலத்தில் சொல்வதற்காக, குட் ஈவினிங் டு யூ ஆல். I am very happy to welcome you all to 69th knowledge sharing series of the Kurukshetram. The title of today's program is on leadership. In order to achieve the goals of any country or organization or family, leadership must be excellent and exemplary. Leadership is not a title, which is a position to influence another. The success of leadership depends on the action in which the leader shows the way. That is, we can simply say that real leader does not command others, but do what others should follow. In this sense, we have seen many great people who showed their real lives as a lesson to produce the powerful leaders who exist in our society today. In producing excellent leaders, teachers contribute a lot and pave the opportunity to mold leadership quality. Considering time, I conclude my brief speech, and I think it will be interesting when we get to know more from the keynote speaker, Desamanja, Dr. Jivendra Pereira. Once again, I welcome the keynote speaker and am pleased to have this contribution to this knowledge sharing series. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your amazing chairperson address. Our next event is introduction of keynote speaker. Desamanya, Dr. Jivendra Pereira. He is a well-known person in island-wise as well as in international wise. But according to our program schedule, we have to conduct the introduction of keynote speaker. I cordially invite Mr. Thurayaraja Ilangumaran to do introduction speech of Dr. Jivendra Pereira. Sir.
Chairperson of the function and the president of Jaffna National College of Education, Mr. Subramaniam Paramanandam, the distinguished keynote speaker, Desamanya, Dr. Jivendra Pereira, the vice president, lecturers, and student teachers of the National College of Education, respectable educationists, lions, and well-wishers. Good evening to you all. It is a great privilege to me to introduce Dr. Jivanda Pereira, who is the head of branching network of Union Bank. He is a proud product of Royal College, having acquired lots of values in leadership and communication skills, being engaged studies and extracurricular activities during his school career. He holds a doctorate in business administration from University of Wales and a MBA from Cardiff Metropolitan University, London. Further, he has been awarded membership from the following professional and educational institutions in Sri Lanka, UK, Malaysia, and India, proving his qualification in professionalism. He is an associate member of the Institute of Bankers of Sri Lanka and also an associate member of the International Professional Manager Association, UK. He is a life member of Association of Professional Bankers of Sri Lanka. He is a diploma holder in business communication skills at Royal Institute, Colombo, and also a diploma holder in business management, UK. In addition, he was awarded a diploma in business administration at Indian Institute of Management and Technology, Chennai, India. And he has a diploma in computer studies at National Institute of Information Technology. He also has certificates in strategic thinking, planning, and implementation at Malaysian Institute of Management, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and in Management Development Program of PMI, Sri Jayewardenepura University. He is an experienced corporate trainer, youth development guide, power parents coach, motivation speaker, and also visiting lecturers to many government and private universities, organizations, and institutions. Further, he is the director of training development of Be the Best Foundation, a human development institute involves in personality, leadership, aptitude, skill, visionary development of children, youth, parents, teachers, business, entrepreneurs, company, employees, and employers. He is an international training faculty member of Lions Club International and qualified as Lion International Certified Instructor, which is the highest qualification of Lions leadership training. Become one of the only 2 Sri Lankans holding the above qualifications. He is a loving father of 2 who are students of medical and engineering faculties of Colombo and Moratuwa universities. His beloved wife is a homemaker who is a Catholic for the success for every member of his family. A leader marches forward, facing every challenge successfully towards the goal. He is an example for such a leader. His inspirational speech would be a boost to the future leaders, our student teachers of this college. I kindly call upon Desamanya Dr. Jivanda Pereira to deliver his speech. Please welcome, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your lovely introduction of our keynote speaker. Now we are moving on our important event, today's keynote speech. Dr. Jivanda Pereira, sir, life coach, corporate trainer, lecturer, business and skill development consultant, chairman of Be the Best Foundation, I am very tired to list out his designation. I welcome to deliver the keynote speech.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். Everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Good evening to all of you all. It's a wonderful day today. I'm really proud to be in front of you all. The president, respected president, Paramanandan sir, and the very senior lecturer, Ratnasingham sir, and also senior lecturer, my good friend, Ilan Kumaran. Thank you very much for wonderful introduction. And also the coordinator who made huge trouble to get me on, Ninesh Kumar sir, thank you very much. And all my dear friends, why I told you, I'm today delighted to be here. You know, I always believe the real truth. I know participants from around the country, but in Sri Lanka, the knowledge hub is not anywhere else. It is Jaffna. It is Jaffna. My grandfather, being a Sinhalese, he was a student of St. Patrick's College, Jaffna, and his brother was a student of St. John's, Jaffna. So some of you not know this history, that those days, most of the Sinhalese parents, they put their children in boarding houses, in colleges in Jaffna, not because of anything, because of the great education held in Jaffna. So we have to bring that back. I know we are going forward. I know my grandfather, how he cried when some tragic things happen in Jaffna, what type of a friendship that he had with friends. My uncle's house, the front room was reserved. It is not being given to anybody. It was given by my grandfather to his friends who visit to Colombo from Jaffna to occupy. I still recall the memories. I was very small, that with his friends, because his friends used to bring Palmyra Arak, and they don't show anything to us. They lock the door. They have a lot of chats where my grandfather can speak very good Tamil also. But I regret a lot that I won't be able to speak much in Tamil. So my dear friends, I love Jaffna. I have one daughter, medical student. I have my son, engineering student. My daughter attained when we were in Jaffna. So what else? Many secrets are there, but I won't be able to tell everything now. So it is a great day, my dear friends, today. So I really love it. Even though I have a lot of issues that, I attending another session here. So in that hotel, I reserved a room in order to make sure that I am giving my best to you all, because I love all of you. I love all of you. So take whatever the positive things that you can get to your life, get to make changes in your life. You can use the chat for responses. We'll have a little bit interactive session. My first question is why we need teachers? Why we need teachers? My first profession, what I have earned, my first earning is from teaching. So I know the interest, I know the value of that. My first question, you can respond from chat. Why we need teachers? Or you can unmute and tell us why we need teachers. Even you can unmute and give the response from Tamil. So my good friends will translate and explain what you're telling. Don't worry about the languages. Languages are only for communication. I tell something where you can understand, that's all. And it is communication, of course, there should be another step is coming on. If it is a good communication, we should understand the communicator, the message sender should understand whether the receiver understood from the way sender wanted to communicate. So if we can understand, that's all. Yeah, very good. I get a lot of answers here. Why we need teachers? Kirubashini is telling to get the knowledge and guide. To get the better, Gautam says, to get a better guidance for all of the things. Very good, excellence. I add value to those 2 points. Why we need teachers? Teachers change the world. Teachers are the people who change the world. If I recall my memories, if I am standing here because of my teachers, if my English is good, right? If it is good, again the thanks should go to the many writers, my teachers, my grade 6, 7, 8 teachers. They gave a lot of additional books to me. All books I studied grade 6, 7, 8, the books printed in Jaffna. The books printed in Jaffna. Even right now I have a book. Right. So Rupita says, growing good students. Velum Mailun says, if I pronounce wrong, extremely sorry, to get facilitate the learning experience. And Nadeshwaran says to get guide for our dreams. Yes, very good. So we support to people, our students, children. Of course, teachers are not limited to students. Not limited to students. It is beyond that. Teachers are there for the society. Don't ever limit yourself that you are a teacher to students. Guru 21 says, we learn how to live happily. Very good. Nadeshwaran says to get guide for our dreams. Yes, I read it. So what we are focusing on is to change the world. And of course, I never say teachers give knowledge. I always say teachers create wisdom. Teachers create wisdom. What's the big difference on this? Friends, learning means behavioral change. Wisdom means application of knowledge. We can create people by hearting things, and we can create people holding certificates. But we have to create people who create the value to this world. We can find very professionals in maybe doctors, maybe engineers, maybe lawyers, many qualified individuals in the society, but they don't have values. But here, the teachers are not giving knowledge, they create wisdom, the application of knowledge. So I'm going to do a small, I'll share my screen. So today I'm going to talk to you, a leader leaves a legacy. Leader leaves a legacy. End of the day, what is needed is, I'm explaining at the end of my session what we create. I always believe teachers always leaves legacies, right? So you will see a deer. Deer is an animal, very innocent, right? Very innocent, but more than that, is a very energetic animal. Where you see this animal, his eyes are very focused. The ears are open to listen. Where each leader should have, each teacher should have very good ears and very good ears and very good eyes. Right. Now we are going to do a small exercise, right? Activity, right? I just thought of doing something different, right? I am expecting many of you for a 1 minute to do this exercise, to open up your cameras. If you it is not a must, but I really love if you can open up your cameras, then I can see many of you in the screen to do this exercise, right? Good. I'm not forcing, but I love it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do this exercise. Because without seeing you, I can't do it, right? At least 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, yes, right. What we are going to do right now is I show you the best animal, right? If you all are not in a position to open up your cameras at least 4, 5, then I will be able to do this exercise. Please 4, 5. Who had the courage to open up the camera? You don't want to have the makeup, because your personality is the makeup. Right, all lecturers open up their cameras. Right. Any student who have the courage to open up the camera? Yes, excellent, excellent. I know the mental block what you all are having. Teachers, this lecture is not on that, but I'll tell you one thing. You be yourself, remove your mental block, right? My first ever speech was a failure in grade 2. My first ever professional speech was a failure, but I never gave up. My mother and father, not speakers, they're very silent parents, but I became, because of my failures, I became a good speaker who can speak to even millions of people, without looking at papers, because my brain works. Right. As four of us are there, I know this exercise, all of you all can do it, right? Be true to yourself, right? What we are going to do is now, we are going to create a deer from your hand, right? So take your hand front, from your maybe right hand or your left hand. So you're going to get your hand and you are going to create a deer from your hand, right? So what you're going to do is first your thumb and the small finger you get here closer to, right? And even if you are close your cameras, you do it, right? Then, get the middle finger, right? And take here. Now you will see, so both the two fingers, ring finger and the second finger is straight, right? Like the deer's both ears, right? And here is a deer, right? So your deer is like this now. So now your deer is going to give a kiss. The deer is going to give a kiss to your chin. So deer is coming closer to you. Deer is coming closer to you. And deer is coming closer to you and giving a kiss to your chin. Right? So now deer is kissing your chin. Right. Now deer is kissing you. Now slowly look at where you have kept your deer. My instruction was, President sir, you are correct. Because of that, you are president. Right? Our Paramanandan sir, you are right, right? You know the reason? Now most of your deer is in the, not chin. Your chin is here. Why? Where? Cheek. Your deer is kissing your, not chin, cheek. Right? You know why? What happened? My instructions was clear. Give a kiss to your chin. But what happened? As I did it, even though the instruction was clear, your deer kisses your cheek. Because I told one thing, I did one thing. Teachers, the students, or whoever who is that you are doing the teaching, right? They are also receiving like that. So teachers are role models. So you will remember this exercise. If you are not going to live with what you tell, right? You are not going to do the best. I'm a power parenting coach. I studied at Royal College, Colombo. But both my son and daughter, my son is an engineering student. He's a music visharad. He can play 13 musical instruments, right? And also my daughter, a medical student. I have never told a single day to any of my son or daughter to study. I have never told. Right? But only my environment is different. I always do my studies. I spend most of my time in learning, and I have my personal library is full of 4 full cabinets, books worth of closer to 2.5 million. So but I had never told my son and daughter to study. So I didn't want to put my son also to Royal College. Why? I go everywhere and tell students, dear students, your school, your college should be the best in the world. You can make it. So if I'm not going to tell, if I'm not going to practice that, if I'm going to put my son to Royal College where I studied, then I'm going to create a different environment saying that the best education is somewhere else. So my speeches where I'm focusing is something, but I'm practicing is something different. So I didn't want to do it. I put my son to the closest school, just 5.5 kilometers from my home. Both my son and daughter studied there. Only thing what I told them, you can make your college the best in the world by yourself. We being parents supported. That's all we did. You can make it, my dear teachers. So it is something that we have to change ourselves and do the best to make the change in the world. So Mahatma Gandhi used to say, he's one of my role models. He says, you should be the change you wish to see in the world. My dear friends, are you a leader? Are you a leader? Of course, I don't want to wait. I know all of you all will say, yes, we are leaders. But only thing, we have to, all of you have to identify the leader within you. Leader within you. It is something that we have to take some effort and do it. Everyone within you, right? We have leaders. We have to identify. I'm not going to take time to explain the details of the values and the qualities and the skills needed for teachers. But I'm just asking, what is the #1 leadership profession in the world? What is the #1 leadership profession in the world? Can anybody unmute and tell or give a chat response? What is the #1 leadership profession in the world?
I think
Teachers.
teacher.
Yes, Dinesh Kumar sir?
Teacher.
Yes, yes. Teachers, you are holding the #1 leadership profession in the world. Why I'm telling you? There are different type of leadership skills, leadership talents, leadership styles. Yes, Kirbashini Nathan, very correct. Teachers. So, I mean, we need inspirational, transformational leaders. I'll repeat it. We need inspirational, transformational leaders. It's 2 types of leadership styles. These 2 leadership styles is needed to this world. These two leadership styles are with teachers. That's what I want all the teachers to live with pride, not proud, with pride. That is really important. So you all are the best profession in the world. So the leading yourself begin with managing your mindset. That's what very important. We should have a powerful mind. That is very important. The mind is the power. Because whether it is sports or education, we have to develop how we live with mindfulness, live with today, and focus on the power within you, because you are going to be a leader. And understand the leadership. What is leadership? What is leadership? Why leadership is important? Why do we need leaders? And also the common argument whether leaders are born or bred. I'm not going to speak on those terms, but I'll tell you a very simple thing. A leadership explanation which I really love. It's well communicated with the team members. Not only just communicated, building trust among colleagues, among friends, and taking effective actions to realize your own leadership potential. Whether it is inspirational, transformational leadership, inspire people, transform others to become leaders. That's what teachers do. Right. So that's what leadership is important, right? So think of strong leaders in your life, and also weak leaders in your life. Maybe strong leaders, we have role models. Maybe your dad, father, your mother. Of course, my mother is the best ever asset I have. My role model and my strong leadership in painful things. So leadership is a philosophy. It's a concept, right? So there are a lot of philosophies. I'm not going to explain on this because I don't have much time on those. But I'll tell you one simple, important philosophy. We call it ethical leadership. Sometimes many of you not have heard of. Ethical leadership is important. That we call 4 P's, not marketing P's, right? Number 1 is purpose. You are a teacher, you are a leader, you are an inspirational leader, you are a transformation leader. You transform people from one level to the other level to become leaders. So there's a purpose. I saw one of the teachers has given a comment, we create people to live in happiness. So the purpose to live in a peaceful life with happiness. If you looked at anything, why you do your studies, why you doing a job, why you earn, why you are doing buying a vehicle, why you are building a house, whatever it is action what we take, there should be a purpose. End of that purpose is happiness. Then we are looking up to people. We live with people. We need people. Teachers, you are developing people to lead this world. And we have a responsibility to the planet, to the environment. That is really important. The probability, we have to live with values, qualities, principles, ethics. I know teachers are not working for salaries. I know that. We need salary because we are living, but we are not. I mean, whatever the salary you are getting, but when one of your students come and say, teacher, I got A result, what type of happiness you get? It is more than 10 million rupees coming to you. You get a huge happiness. How many teachers, so much of emotions, they cry. Dear student teachers, you respect your teachers. The teachers who taught you in grade 1, 2, 3, you go and speak to them and respect them. What will happen? You will surprised to see. You will surprised to see. Why? They will sometimes cry. They will cry. Why? That type of a happiness in their eyes, feelings. So that's what is needed in our lives to create this change in the world. So how to improve your leadership skills is within you, And number one, I'm sharing you 5 areas how we are going to improve your skills. Reflect and identify the skills you need to lead effectively and create action plan to develop them. Identify what you need. What is your goal? What is action plan? You should have action plan to do and have an action plan and develop on that, live with that, move with that. That is very important. Number 2, ask for feedback from your colleagues, friends, your instructors, the lecturers, from your trusted friends, your parents, your siblings, even students. You ask. I still could remember early days of my lecturing and in California University. I remember. Of course, it was my second lecture. You know, after a lecture, I spoke to a few of the students together, and I said, "Hey, look, give me your feedback about me, how I did the lecture." They gave a lot of positive remarks. One boy was very, very straight. He said, can I tell you something I don't like in you? Then I said, please, I'm ready to listen. He told me, I don't like that you are wearing a bracelet. I had a gold bracelet. And he told me, when you are, because of course, in in-person lectures, I use both my hands, right? And I'm doing with a lot of activities. I'm not a person who stand up and speak. Even sometimes I go in between the rows and in the audience, of course, right? So he told me it's distracting my attention. When you raise your hand, I see your bracelet. That day I remove my bracelet. Still, not a single day I have worn it. So accept the feedback. You should have mindset of it. Sometimes I do family counseling. I still remember one of the family. I had to have a reunion of that family. They're very simple. The husband is a businessman, wife is a teacher. So they have been separated. So I did the reunion. So during those counseling discussions, so one of the things that the husband told, here, look, I don't like my wife's attitude. She was not there. This is a one-to-one discussion. So I asked why, what type of attitude that, no, she treat me always as a student. Husband says. She always shout at me. Right. Then I had a personal, again, one-to-one discussion with wife, teacher. I asked, how is your lifestyle? What are the things that you like of your husband and don't like? So she was telling, I don't like my husband is spending more time in the TV. And he is not worried of the switching off lights. If he's in the bedroom, the fan is working, even he is going out. So then I asked how you communicate. So what else? I have to tell him. True. So the husband said she is always shouting. So only thing. So I gave a real feedback to that teacher. And then she said, then how could I tell? She didn't want to listen to the feedback. But later I trained her. She accepted. And now they are living with their 3 children happily. So the feedback is really important, my dear teachers. Live with feedback. Respect the feedback, because people give feedback because they trust you, they love you, they need your development. Number 3, practice. Practice. For your information, this particular session, all slides When I was told that I am going to speak to you for 50 minutes and 10 minutes for Q&A, then I made sure I did rehearse, not once. That is my practice for any lecture which I do. All my lectures are customized. Not a single person can come and tell me, "Here, look, Dr. Jeevant, I have heard the same lecture previously." Never. So I practice. Then, of course, I am having a lot of confidence. I'm not nervous. If you really monitor my face, at least 80% of during these sessions, smile is in my face. Be a teacher in that. I'm not telling you to be me, right? Be yourself and be a different person. So practice to take the responsibility. As I took this responsibility, I have a duty. So you can practice these responsibilities, becoming even in your office, being a teacher, or in school activities, even volunteering things, even additional co-curricular activities that you do, being members of clubs and societies. Number 4, find a mentor. Learn from positive leadership role models. You be a role model to others. You learn from others. Right? How you walk, how you talk, how you respond without reacting. Without reacting. For actions, we react very fast, but reaction is with emotions, feelings, but we end up with regrets. Friends, leaders should not react. Leaders should respond. So they understand people from the heart, but they take the decision from wisdom, from head. That is very important. To be a great leader, that's a skill. We'll develop it. And the 5th, attend further leadership and management training. Continue to be. I've been a trainer. I've been one of the 2 Lions certified trainers in Sri Lanka, right? And of course, in entire Asia, we have only 43 Lions certified trainers. I'm one of those. So I'm grateful to that, for my great teachers who have developed me to go into that level, right? But only thing is, still I attend for programs. That during the COVID period, I have attended 46 training sessions virtually. Being a listener, being a participant. I have done more than 100 training programs virtually during this COVID pandemic. Of course, not only to Sri Lanka, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, Nigeria, South Africa, Dubai, of course, many countries, large number of countries. So continue to learn. It's a never-ending learning process. Maybe that you are doing the same teaching, same subject, same curricula, same guide, same teacher's guide, but still learn new things. Have a differentiation on your approaches, because you make the difference. So review your performance as a leader. That is really important. Assess yourself as a leader. Look at yourself. I have just put as individual exercises. You can do it on your own. No one is going to listen. Maybe your participation would be counted by your lecturers, right, for this session. But no one will ask whether you did it or not. It is for you. It is for you. At least if I meet any of you on the road, right? Maybe in a bus or in a public place, I rather love you come and speak to me. See, I changed myself after listening to you. That's all I need. I do this program free of charge. If you listen to my 3-hour program here in Colombo, right? My charges is 6 digits. It's 6 digits, right? But I thought, I even, you all my coordinators here, my lecturers, my good friend Niresh Kumar sir, Ilan Kumaran sir, they will endorse. I didn't ask money. I asked only thing, who will be participating. So assess yourself as a leader. Look at to yourself. And how you are going to look at yourself? Do a SWOT analysis. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and challenges. Some of you may have heard SWOT analysis. For businesses, we do strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So human nature, we call it strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and challenges, which is needed. Identify those. I would rather say, because strengths and opportunities are positive sides, weaknesses and challenges are in negative side, right? Strengths and weaknesses here are within you. Opportunities and challenges are external. This is internal, this is external. Opportunities and challenges from outside. Some would say COVID is a challenge. True, but how many opportunities has been created? If you identify weaknesses, I never call it as weakness. I normally, because SWOT analysis, to get SWOT analysis only, I have put weakness, but in my book, I have written weaknesses is not a word to be used by us. We have to identify it as areas for improvement. Friends, I'm asking you, identify your areas for improvement. Today, after this session, you get 2 blank papers. Maybe rough papers. Draw up your palms like this. Both your palms, hands, left and right. If you are a right-hander, it is your strong hand. Right? You have 5 of your important strengths here in the right hand where you have drawn. If your strong hand is left, of course, you have to write the strengths in your left hand, right side. And the other hand, you write areas for improvement, 5 areas for improvement, 5 areas for improvement. Write down today. What you have to do is work a little bit for your strengths. Harvard University, 3 Harvard University doctorate students did a research. The reflection, one finding of this reflection research is, one finding is, if anybody give at least 10% of their efforts, energy, time to develop their strengths, the output will be increased by 400%. I'll repeat it. If you give small effort, 10% of your time, 10% of your energy, 10% of your focus to develop one of your strengths, the results, the output will be increased by 400%. So strengths are your the base. So, look,
English.
any questions or? Right. Sorry. So what is important? To identify the right hand side, the strong strengths that you have, work on that. Then the other area is areas for improvement. Write down a few areas for improvement. Maybe you know English. I know all of you know English. All of you can understand English. Once I was invited to give a speech at Veerasingham Central College, Misale. If my memory is correct, it's in Chavakacheri area. Misale, yeah, it's correct, no? Yeah, that particular school to a program near a few years back. I mean, almost 4 to 5 years back. I was invited to give a lecture in English. Then organizers invited a gentleman from Jaffna city to give a translation in Tamil. So to these young students, I was giving my speech in English and I asked questions from them in English. Before the translation goes to them, they give the response in Tamil. What is the meaning on that? They can understand. The issue was, the areas for improvement is the response. So there's taking time to find words to give the response in English, right? So if it is an area for improvement, you have to do it. Write down, this is an area for improvement. Work on that. What will happen? Areas for improvement will change to the other side, goes to the other side, right? And what then you will become, it will become a strength of you. You become a different person, change person. The second point what I want to share with you is develop an action plan to improve as a leader. Write down 2 actions you will undertake to address weaknesses, areas for improvement, or overcome challenges, to capitalize on opportunities identified. Everyone has opportunities. Every challenge creates a lot of opportunities. COVID made me well-known character. So I can't say COVID bad. COVID, maybe the sickness is bad, but it has created opportunities. It is, my dear friends, you, how you are looking at yourself and accept the facts. You can make those changes. You can bring back the legacy back to us. So apply SMART goals to your actions. You may have heard the SMART goals, SMART, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound goals in your life. Write down. You may be having these goals in your mind, but you have to write it down, paste in a place where you see it every day. Even right now. I told you my grade 2 first ever speech was failed. So my friends put a nickname to me until I was in grade 8. I hated all my friends who call me by that nickname. It's in Sinhalese, it's Mr. Kolakatawa. It means a reader who is looking at papers and read. Because my speech was not a speech, it was a reading. Because I forgot all my speech. I was in grade 2. So till grade 8, I hammered all my friends who spoke to me in my nickname. Right? I didn't like that name. But in grade 8, one of my teachers hit me like nothing. From hit me 5 times from a cane, he caned me. So that particular evening, I wrote my first ever goal. I will become a speaker, because my friends has given me a nickname because I failed my speech. So that particular day, I wrote my first ever goal. I will become a speaker who will speak to millions of people within a period of 5 years. I gave the years because it has to be time bound. So I looked up all the speeches and speech competitions I attended, then I ended up in my college as a debate team captain. It is you, my dear friends. Have a SMART goal within you. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. I have added in my new book, which I'm going to publish very recently, I have written, now SMART goals is not enough. Now we have to look up to SMART plus triple C goals. C, SMART plus triple C. Your goal should be creative, because we are people. The human being is from nature, they are creative. How our children? You looked up to children. What happened to our creativity when we become old? Right. We have to create a goal, challenging goals, not easy things. If any of you write your goal today, I want to become a great speaker. I want to become I want to have my doctorate. Write it down. You can go for that. Right? And also, your goal should be committed one. Committed one. That is very important, my dear friends, to learn. So, what kind of legacy are you leaving as a leader? It is up to you. It is up to you. because you are making this change. Legacies are preserved through people, not numbers. So you have to create that legacy in the minds of your students, your friends, your parents. Oh my goodness. It is like something, even people talk good about some people even after their death. Why? They have left a legacy. So I am ending my presentation with 4H leadership style, which I really think it is suitable for teachers. Hope. We are people with hope, because every other day we are positive and we are very strategic. We are looking up ourselves and looking up our students, their future. First, look up yourself. Identify the leader within you. I told it at the beginning. And looked at positively about the future of everyone who associates with you, not only students, even the future of your parents when you become a qualified teacher. And the next is humility. Friends, you have to be humble. I have doctorate. Its doctorate is for me, not for others. Right? We have to be simple people. When my father lost his job, I had 3 sisters and myself 4. So mother went through a real troubleful, very challenging journey. So he used to bring 1 plantain and 1 loaf of bread. She cut the loaf of bread into pieces and give it to us with 1 plantain cut into 4 pieces. 1/4 of the plantain piece. I have taken my bread. So you can eat the plantain. Only thing, you are licking and eat it. But what type of a lesson that my mother has given me? The sharing, getting us up with painful experiences. So the humbleness is really important. Respect for diversity. Respect everyone. Everyone. And listening is really important. Even the weakest person. Teachers, while I was teaching for 3 years, and 3 years I was doing teaching in a college, and of course I did tuition for another 7 years. But I'll tell you one thing. Still, the so-called bad students are the best students and lovely students, right? So we don't have bad students. We have diversified students. We don't have difficult people. We don't have difficult students. We have different students, different people. Humility is really important in life. You can change people. Next is humor. So we are creating the environment of liveliness. Is really important. Have always smile in your face. Because we all love to look at a person who is always smiling. If somebody is so serious, do you like to be with him, associate with him? Even your spouse? Share happiness. Teachers always share happiness. Then the 4th point is empathy, compassion, humanity. We are all humans. We are all humans. The humanity cannot be changed from language, ethnicity, religion. No, the humans are human. The humanity has to be lived together. I am giving my knowledge from my bottom of my heart because I want my northern friends to excel and bring back the excellent legacy had several years ago, where my proud grandfather proudly saying about the golden soil of Jaffna. We all have to work. We have to love for that. We have to respect for that. We have to create opportunity for that. Because we all are humans. teachers are the people who live with this 4H. They hope, humility, humor, and humanity. So if you are going to leave a legacy, make a mark on the world that can't be erased. Everyone will remember you. It is really important. Be a leader, leave in a legacy. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, this great moment. I have taken exactly 50 minutes, 49 minutes actually, because we will win. We can do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your lovely, amazing, wonderful, marvelous speech. With your smiling faces, you have delivered your speech. I understood that. Always a great leader speak with smile, like you, like our President, Mr. Subramaniam Paramanandam, sir. I like to state one thing, sir. Our 250 prospective teachers are watching this program from their hostel. Our students are in hostel, so they are also joined with us with one device. We are unable to pay you for this wonderful session, but we all can give our heartest love to you, sir. This is the time for reflection and question. My dear participant, you can raise your hand. When you raise your hand, I can call you one by one. You can give your reflection or you can ask any question from our doctor. This is the time for reflection and question. Okay, first I call upon Mr. Jnanamani Ratnasingham, sir, for your reflection and question.
Just there is a small error in my device that, but I can speak through the phone. Is it clear to you, sir?
Yes,
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 sir,
I
yes.
can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Our keynote person can understand Tamil. I want to speak something in Tamil because everybody participants and he also understands. Am I correct, sir?
I understand very little in Tamil, but you can speak in Tamil. No worries, no worries.
நீங்கள் மிக உன்னதமான ஒரு உரையாற்றி இருக்கிறீர்கள். வெரி நைஸ். நீங்கள் ஒரு உலகத் தலைவர் என்பதை உறுதிப்படுத்தி இருக்கிறீர்கள். மிகவும் எளிய முறையில் பல விடயங்களை டீச்சர்ஸுக்கு முன் வைத்திருக்கிறீர்கள். நான் ஒரு ஆசிரியன் என்ற வகையில ஒரு டீச்சருக்கு எளிமையாக சிம்பிளிசிட்டி, பெருமதியாக ப்ரெஷியஸ், வேல்யூ ஒரு ஒழுக்க விழுமியம் மிக்க சொல்லாக பிரைஸ்வர்தி வேர்ட் அந்த ஜூமிலையும் ஒரு ஆக்டிவிட்டி ஊடாக காட்டலாம் என்பதை செய்து காட்டியிருக்கிறீர்கள். யூ ஸ்டார்டிங் இனிஷியேட்டிங் ப்ரோக்ராம் வெரி நைஸ். தொடங்கும் பொழுது மிக ஒரு மானை கொண்டு வரும் அந்த படத்தை காட்டி அதிலிருந்து show a deer, you're starting with the deer and continue the program through the activity. So we are inactive. நாங்கள் உயிர்ப்புடன் இருக்கிறதுக்கு ஆக்டிவ் பார்ட்டிசிபென்ட், உயிர்ப்போடு இருந்து கேட்டுக்கொள்ளத்தக்கவாறு மிக திறமையாக எளிமையாக செய்திருக்கிறீர்கள். தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச். ஞாலம் கருதினும் கைகூடும், அது திருக்குறள். காலம் கருதி எடுத்தால் செய்யும். திருவள்ளுவர், as you know, Mahatma Gandhi already told, that's the way one of the another great man, Valluvar, who wrote Tirukkural. திருக்குறள் சொல்லுகிறார், ஒரு லீடர் உலகத்தை பெறலாம். He can get the world, control the world by the leader. அவர் அந்த காலத்தையும் இடத்தையும் கருதி செய்தார். Think the location and the time. இன்னொரு பொருத்தமான நேரத்தில் மிக திறமையான ஒரு உரையாற்றி இருக்கிறீர்கள். Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful reflection. Now, we are expecting from our prospective teachers, one of you can speak with Dr. Jeevanda Pereira, sir.
Mahendranathan sir raised his hand. Yes, you can ask.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank Guru Setram to bring Mr. Pereira to give us a valuable and wonderful speech, which created, as he said, even though he was unable to give much educational form, but he did make our eyes open to think about the values and leadership in our everyday life. I call at least twice a week Pereira, one of my friend who worked with me at Ratmalana for last 12 years. I worked with him. Every week I spend about an hour with him, talking to him. So I always chant the name Pereira. So he is Ranjit Pereira. Anyway, what I learned from you is the leadership comes from the teacher, and the way of giving the leadership, as you said, from the deer, you're focusing the fingers toward the cheek instead of chin, and make us to follow you, no? So that shows the audience weaknesses, audience in the sense the human weaknesses. Anyway, other thing you said, humanity cannot be changed. So always, everybody have their own humanity. So like that, various thing, and the way you make your children to understand. One of the thing I did like, you did not put them in leading school like a Royal College. You let them study in the nearby colleges. You wanted them to make the colleges visible by their careers. So that is one of the example for all the other schools and all the other parents, how to create the schools or colleges to be visible organizations. One of the questions I would like to ask is, Mr. Pereira, when I was, even though I am in the engineering field, I learned a subject, humanity. There I learned that one of the things saying is there, humans are animal in the absence of society. So in your words, I like to have a short answer. What did your experience? Humans are animal in the absence of society. Thank you again for your time and speech. Thank you. Bye.
Next, I invite Mr. Sri Ranganathan, sir, to deliver your reflection or to ask your question.
Good evening, sir. It was too good speech. I was inspired, very nice. I have been watching a lot of inspirational speech from Tamil Nadu, India, and all over the world. I had a worry. I couldn't watch a very good inspirational speech from Sri Lanka, but today I had a full satisfaction. You have given a very good speech. I think you are one of the best inspirational speech you have given today. For that, I have to thank you. It's very nice. And not only that, when you are delivering your speech, you are, as you said, you are working like a model. You are laughing and you are smiling. That is It's very much important for a inspirational speech. But my question is that I am getting from the quote from Shakespeare. There's a saying: some are born great, some achieve greatness, some have thrust upon greatness. So there are 2-3 types. So which is good for a leadership? Achieving or born great or thrusting upon greatness? Thank you, sir.
It is, am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, sir, yes.
I would rather prefer all three is good. Only thing, it's depend your situation, your caliber, your capacity, and you can place yourself. I personally believe if you can go to the greatness, right, it is with effort, energy, focus, experience, and your commitment to achieve it. I got my doctorate. I'll tell you very simple thing. Of course, in universities, I do many theoretical lectures, right? I'm sometimes I'm a person who very I'm into finance, and my finance lectures is always in the numbers. I did bioscience for my A levels to become a doctor. I did once, then I did twice, then I did thrice. Then I was not, my marks not enough to become a medical doctor. In my bioscience class in Royal College, that the entrance has been pasted as entrance doctors only. This is bioscience class, right? A-level class, entrance doctors only. We have gone through that psychology to become doctors. 13 of my friends became medical doctors, but not me. So I went to Sri Lanka, Colombo University, but my education was blocked there because I had to be in prison for 6 months, not for doing anything wrong, but yes, speaking in a public place, which that time the government decided it is against the government, so they put me in jail for 6 months. So, but I never gave up. I never gave up in my life. Right. What is needed is how we achieve our greatness in life is up to us. So then, with lot of challenges in my life, I did my doctorate, and I became a doctor. I became a doctor. Now I'm not a medical doctor, but now in my class there are 14 doctors, right? So I achieved my hidden goal. Maybe from one way I failed, but I didn't want to give up that. So greatness is something that we have to achieve, but depending on the situation that we all live in. Of course, I really love the quote what you brought in today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Next, I invite Mr. Prem Kumar sir from Canada to the reflection.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pereira. Thank you for the opportunity. This is a great speech, motivation, and also this is very much needed for the time that we are going through. So it's wonderful to have you here, and I'm sure that not only the teachers, the people all around the world will benefit from this your speech today. It's a very exceptional speech I listened to after a very long time. Thank you very much, Dr. Pereira.
Thank you very much, Prem sir.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Jeevanda Pereira sir, I have a request to you. When we invite you, you should come to Jaffna National College of Education one day and you meet us, our lecturers and our prospective teachers directly. And we like to hear your words directly from you, sir.
Thank you. I will. I mostly come to Jaffna, but I've been in Jaffna in weekends. But with a lot of tight schedules that I come to Jaffna, but I will make sure that I'll be there.
Sure. When you come to Jaffna, please tell us. We are ready to welcome you always.
Thank you. I see the photograph of all our student teachers. They are really lovely and very beautiful. Of course, they should not go to India. The reason is they will never come back. They will give up the teaching profession because they are like actresses and actors. They will join Bollywood cinema there. So don't go to India. So be our teachers. They are so beautiful, very smart boys and very beautiful, pretty girls.
Thank you, sir. This is for the time for the vote of thanks. Before we go to the vote of thanks, we expect few words from our President, Mr. Subramaniam Paramanandam, sir. Sir.
Thank you very much. After a long time, I heard one wonderful leader's speech as a leadership. I think as a leader, it should be should be a model. I think in our JNCoE one goal is we have to produce good leaders for the nation. I think our student teachers, most of us during the COVID period, contribute a lot of things to develop their personalities and everything. If you don't mind, you can visit our website JNCoE.lk. You can find those things. And also our Kurukshetram team also doing very well without any benefits. They are not expect any benefits, but they are changing themselves, and they are acting as a model in our students, teachers. Thank you very much, Dr. Jivendra Pereira. You did very good experience. You did very good explanation and inspiring our students, teachers with your own experience and the academical or theoretical basis. Thank you very much, Dr. Jivendra. We welcome to you directly once day. Thank you very much again.
Thank you very much, Paramananda sir.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful reflection. Now the time for the vote of thanks. I cordially invite Ms. C.T. Dorin, prospective teachers of Jaffna National College of Education, to deliver the vote of thanks.
A very good evening to you all. It's my honor to thank our respectable President, Mr. Subramaniam Paramanandam sir, to give this golden opportunity. It's my privilege to propose this vote of thanks on 69th Knowledge Sharing Session of Kurukshetra. First of all, extend my most sincere thanks to the Almighty God for making today's events a memorable one. It's great honor to thank our respectable President and the chairperson of the event, Mr. Subramaniam Paramanandam sir, for his chairperson address. A heartfelt thanks to the keynote speaker of this event, Desamanya Dr. JNCoE Pereira sir, Life Coach, Development Consultant, Lecturer, Foundation, for delivering an inspiring, informative, and useful speech about a leader leaves a legacy. Once again, thank you, sir, for allocating your valuable time for us amidst your busy schedule. Our sincere thanks to our retired senior lecturer of our college, Mr. Jnanamani Ratnasingam sir, to delivering a wonderful welcome address. We extend our thanks to Mr. Durai Ilankumaran sir, our senior lecturer of our college, for delivering the introduction of keynote speaker. At last but not least, we convey our gratefulness and sincere thanks to our senior lecturer of our college, Mr. Mahalingam Niresh Kumar sir, for contributing his valuable service for this Kurukshetra event from the beginning still now. And thank you, sir, for hosting this event also. With thanks to our senior lecturer of our college, Mr. Nagaraja Ambihibahan sir, for providing this Zoom platform and the technical support. And thank you all who have joined in this program to make this event successfully. Once again, thank you all. Thank you.